Hey, real mamas, real problems. How you doing, love? Girl, I think I need to move out of town. I think I need to move out of town. I need to get on the next train smoking. Oh my God. You working a graveyard shift? Oh, what time you get off? Like what, 5, 6, 7? Oh, I can't do it. I tried before. I tried to work the graveyard shift before. Let me just tell you, this was years ago, and I got fired because I kept falling asleep. I ain't even gonna lie. I kept falling asleep and I got fired. You said yes. I'm like, oh, you get off at 8 a.m., child. I'm up here watching the news, and I've been ripping and running, working, following all these stories, doing all these reviews. And then it just hit me when I was watching the news. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Tomorrow morning, a lot of the Americans who were rescued from China, where the coronavirus outbreak started, they gonna be here. Like, not like right here, but they gonna be here for a minute because they flying into Eppley Airfield. Eppley Airfield is about, let me see. If I take the interstate by the Mormon Bridge Road, it'd probably be like, it's like 10 minutes away. It's 10 minutes away. I know, honey. I know the graveyard shift pays a lot. I trust me. I know, and that's the only reason why I took the graveyard shift years ago at this job I was working at. But again, I kept falling asleep. Not enough coffee. Not enough no-dos. Do they still make no-dos? I don't even know if they still make no-dos, but not enough no-dos, coffee, anything back then could keep me woke through the night. I just be up there like, and then I have to answer the phones. I'll be on the phone. Man, the stories I could tell y'all about some jobs that I used to have back in the day. You said stay the heck away from me and my children. I want to stay away from myself. I feel sick already. I'm like, do I feel feverish? Asking my son, do my forehead feel hot? I'm like, and they say we don't have nothing to worry about, and we probably don't, but it's just the simple fact. You know how you just up there and you watching the news and you like, oh my God, what is this outbreak? What is it called? The coronavirus? First thing I thought of when I heard corona was liquor, beer. I'm like, what the hell? They done drunk too much beer over there and then got a disease. Nah, I'm just playing. But then I found out it came from like some bats or something. And I don't know if it's true what I heard, but I heard that somebody had no. This is what I heard. I heard some snake. Now this might be not the truth. So don't quote me on this. This allegedly. I need to get a sign like T.S. Madison on her show. I need to get a sign and hold it up and say allegedly. That's what I need. But allegedly, and I got hair falling all in my mouth. They said somebody ate a snake. The snake ate a bat. Somebody ate the snake. I don't know. What I do know is who the hell eat bats? Now, we be joking around a lot. People be like, oh, people over in China, they eat dogs, they eat cats, they eat. And a lot of people in the hood, you know, from as long as I remember, a lot of people in the hood don't go to that Chinese place. All the cats, if you see no cats in the alleys anymore, if you see like a cat drought in the community, it's because they cooking up the cats. And I'm like, oh my God. So for a long time, I didn't even eat Chinese food because I'm like, I ain't no telling what they be putting in it. Because when people eat different things from different countries, then they come over here and open these restaurants. Back in the day, I used to side-eye that stuff. I'm like, I love me some Chinese. I really, really do. But now we up here talking about a coronavirus and it came from a bat, and people say they over there eating bats and they eating all kind of other strange forms of animals. I don't know. You said, you think the only thing that's saving us is we have better access to healthcare than a lot of third world? Yes, indeed, that's true. A lot of foreign countries have wet markets where things like snakes, rats. Yeah, and that's what I heard, real mamas. That's why I'm like, I don't know if it's true or not. I was looking up this coronavirus thing, and because I wanted to know what the symptoms was. Why are all these people dying? You know, like a lot of people have died already, and some people have been able to be cured per se, you know, by the doctors or medicine or whatnot. So I wanted to look up the virus, and because I don't know why it was like, you know how, again, like I said in the beginning, you know how you hear about things and you be like, oh darn, in China over there, oh my God, they got an outbreak. Oh my God, what is this? They talking about like it's in the family of SARS. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember when the SARS, you know, had broke out and over 8,000 people have been affected. And I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is tragic. And then up and come across the media, the news reports that your city, like, okay, it's not Omaha where I'm from, but a few minutes away, there have a lot of people, and I'm not going to call them refugees. They just call them rescued Americans. They're going to be in Ashland, Nebraska tomorrow. Like, it's literally 30 minutes away from Omaha. And I'm like, this shouldn't worry me, because they claim that, you know, we shouldn't have nothing to worry about. When they do get here, even though the airport where they flying in is literally 10 minutes from me at Epley Airfield, is right across the river. Even though it's 10 minutes away, they say when they do get here, you know, when they do get here, they're going to arrive at Epley Airfield, but they claim that they will not have any contact with anybody else in the airport. They said, actually, hold on, let me read exactly what it says right here. I like to read, I like to give it to you straight. Hold on. Okay, hold on. First of all, let me get a drink. Okay. Oh Lord, 20,000. You said unfortunately it's true? Child. Ooh, child, I ain't never seen it. You said on somebody's channel? Snakes, rats, bats. Ooh. Ooh, I felt myself getting sick. Ooh, child. I feel myself getting sick, real mamas. Somebody take me to the doctor. Give me a mask. But okay. It says, according to the news, I got too many screens open. Okay, according to the news, it says nearly 20,438 people around the world have been affected with the coronavirus, most in China. The World Health Organization reported Monday. What's today? Wednesday? So that was Monday. I got a tickle in my throat. I'm telling y'all, man, Lord, y'all better pray for me. I don't even know how to do the Hail Mary thing. But Nearly 20,438 people around the world have been affected by the coronavirus, most in China. The World Health Organization reported Monday, a few days ago. The coronavirus so far has resulted in 421 deaths, but they were all in China. That's one of the main reasons why the US of A was trying to hurry up and rescue Americans from out of that area. Because so far, we have 9 cases, 9 confirmed cases of people who travel to Wuhan. And it's called, I don't know if it's Wuhan or Wuhan. I think it's Wuhan in China. The Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said, as of right now, Nebraska, where I'm at, has no confirmed cases. No confirmed cases. But again, tomorrow, a lot of the people who were rescued from that area over in China, they will arrive in Camp Ashland. Camp Ashland used to be, I believe, a what do you call those? Oh my God, Job Corps. I think Camp Ashland used to be like a Job Corps. You said you hope the screen not. Don't touch the screen. Do not touch the screen. Do not touch the screen. Y'all see my city behind me? Y'all pray for my city. Pray for my city. Matter of fact, behind me is downtown. Downtown is like 5 minutes away from Eppley Airfield, where a lot of the people are going to be coming in from China. Child. But they say that the people arriving on the airport is going to be totally quarantined. When they arrive here, they're going to have something around the airplane so they can walk right through it. They're going to get in certain, vehicles, and they're going to drive 30 minutes away to Ashland, Nebraska. And again, Ashland, Nebraska, I think it used to be like some kind of Job Corps area or something. But anyway, it's 30 minutes southwest of Omaha, Nebraska, where I live. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. Most of y'all know that, who've been following me for a minute. I live in Omaha, Nebraska, like the biggest city in Nebraska. Ashland, Nebraska, again, is 30 minutes away. And last year, it was devastated by flooding, because a levee protecting the Platte River, which is a very large river here in Nebraska. A levee protecting the Platte River had breached, so floodwaters as deep as 8 feet wrecked most of the buildings at the 100-year-old training site. Now, about, I think, a dozen buildings, they said, with barracks around them and classrooms, they were constructed on stilts, all of them remaining unscathed. Roads, electrical infrastructures, and a dining hall have since been repaired, and the levee has been patched. They also said training has continued, because it used to be a training card, a National Guard training site as well. Training has continued at Camp Ashland despite the flood damage. And it also says that it won't change. The training that's going on with the National Guard right now, they said none of that is going to change when these people come in to the quarantine camp. They said it won't change even if people being monitored for coronavirus are housed there. And I'm just thinking, like, there's people there training with the National Guard, and they said nothing about that will change, even if people are there being monitored for coronavirus, even if they've been housed there. So I don't know if it's something that I'm missing. I don't know. I don't know. You said they should have quarantined anyone. You said they should have quarantined anyone who are coming in from an infected area, send them to a secure medical base in a deserted area. Why bring them right? That's what I don't understand. Because they literally saying in the news reports that even though it's a training camp there for the National Guard, Nothing is going to change. They bringing in these people from China. They're going to be quarantined here 30 minutes away from my city. And they said nothing's going to change, even if people are living there in the houses on location. So I don't know. I don't know. You said if I have to be out here windmilling zombies. Yeah, Lord, we about to get on The Walking Dead, real mamas. I haven't watched The Walking Dead in a long time, but that used to be one of my favorite shows. If I have to deal with The Walking Dead, I'ma just take me. Just take me. All them fools running around with their heads falling off their shoulder and their teeth all rotted and they looking like they 1,000,000 years old. No, child. That's a hot mess. I'm serious. When I used to watch The Walking Dead, I used to imagine like what would happen if that happened here in our city, and I just go outside one day and my whole house is surrounded by dead people. I'm like, I see dead people. And you can't shoot them. The only place you can kill them is like right in the head or right in their brain or something like that. I'm like, child. Scott Anderson said, I'm not dealing with zombies. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. But in that TV show, I think weren't they like in Atlanta? Didn't they like go to Atlanta or something? I haven't watched that show in a long time. I haven't watched that show in a long time. But I used to like The Walking Dead. But no, man, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not panicking or nothing. I'm not panicking, even though the title of the show tonight says the coronavirus quarantine camp is 30 minutes away from my city. I'm not panicking, but I'm just thinking like there's a training camp there, and then they saying that it's not going to make a difference, is not going to be affected, that they have people there who might have been, I don't know. So far, there's no cases here. There's no cases here in Nebraska so far, but they're coming in tomorrow. So if you at the airport tomorrow and at Epley Airport and you see some planes come in and they got like, I don't know, a tarp or something around the plane, that's them. That's the rescued Americans that's coming in the Epley Airfield that they're going to send down to Ashland, Nebraska. You said don't panic, but take extra precaution. I've been really reading on it. I've been reading about the symptoms. And the symptoms are kind of like, they said that some types of coronaviruses are serious, some are not serious, but they said it's like the coronavirus, they said it's kind of a common virus that causes an infection in your nose, your sinuses, your upper throat, but it says most coronaviruses are not dangerous. And of course, some types of coronaviruses are dangerous. They said like almost 900 people died in the Middle East. Remember MERS, which was in 2012? That was in Saudi Arabia and then in other countries like the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and Europe. And then in 2014, the first American was hospitalized for MERS in Indiana and another case in Florida. In May 2015, there was an outbreak of MERS in Korea, which was the largest outbreak outside of the Arabian Peninsula. In 2003, 774 people died from SARS. Y'all remember SARS? the SARS outbreak. But as of 2015, there were no further reports of cases of SARS. In early 2020, following a December 2019 outbreak in China, the World Health Organization identified a new type. This is the newest type from that family of SARS and MERS and the coronavirus. They calling it the 2019-N as in Nancy COV. So that's what they're calling it, the 2019-NCOV. And it comes from the family with MERS and SARS, the coronavirus. And again, it's like a respiratory syndrome infection. But yeah, so this broke out in 2019 in December in China. They said often a coronavirus causes upper respiratory infection symptoms like a stuffy nose. Oh, I got a stuffy nose. Pray for me. A stuffy nose, cough, and sore throat. Now it says normally you can treat them with rest and over-the-counter medications. The coronavirus can also cause middle ear infections in children. And of course, if you have a weak immune system, if you feel like you are coming down with something, it won't hurt to go get it checked out. It won't hurt. But as far as what is a coronavirus, for those of y'all who don't know, coronaviruses were first identified in the 1960s, but they say they don't know where it came from. It gets its name from their crown-like shape. Sometimes, but not often, a coronavirus can infect both animals and humans. And in this case, with China, they claim that bats were infected. In China, we know they eat a lot of different types of animals and other stuff. But anyway, most coronaviruses spread the same way other cold-causing viruses do. Through infected people by coughing and sneezing, by touching an infected person's hand or face, or by touching things such as a doorknob that somebody infected have touched. And almost everyone gets a coronavirus infection at least once in their life. I didn't know that. They said almost everyone gets a coronavirus infection at least once in their life, most likely as a young child. In the United States, coronaviruses are more common in the fall and winter, but anyone can come down with a coronavirus infection at any time. Again, the common symptoms of coronavirus is upper respiratory infection, including runny nose, coughing, sore throat, and sometimes a fever. And in most cases, they say you won't know whether you have a coronavirus or a different cold-causing virus, such as the rhinovirus. It's so much, y'all. It's so much. You said Camp Corona. Scott, you said National Guardsmen get to go home, don't they? No, real mamas. They don't get to go home. They say ain't nothing going to change. And that's what was tripping me out. They said ain't nothing going to change. I'm like, wow, okay. They said training has continued at Camp Ashland despite the flood damage from last year. And they said that won't change even if people being monitored for coronavirus are housed there. So the training camp in Camp Ashland that has continued since the flood last year when the levees broke, they said the training camps will continue even if there are people there being monitored for the coronavirus. That is what mainly threw me. Like, you know, You don't want to panic. You don't want your city to panic. You don't want, the residents to panic like, oh my God, the coronavirus is down the street. You don't want people to panic. But I'm like, hey, shoot, if I was in the training camp, I'm sorry, I've been a guy rolled up and all kinds of shit. You mean my next door neighbor is being treated for the coronavirus and we got to stay here too? Like, what kind of mess is that? Like, what kind of mess is that? You said, if so, wouldn't that put their family? Exactly. That's why I said, am I missing something? If anybody here locally, knows a little bit more about the situation down there in Camp Ashland, please feel free to, comment in the chat or hit me up, inbox me something, because that again is what really confused me about the whole situation. But I was just like, and then tomorrow morning we're actually leaving and going to where is it? I can't even think. I got this corona on my brain. But tomorrow morning we're going back to Beatrice, Nebraska to cover the Joshua Keto Tyler Thomas murder trial. We're going back there bright and early in the morning. It's in Beatrice, Nebraska, which is like an hour and a half away. And we're going to cover that case. I think the trial has up to 1 week left. It's already almost 2 weeks, and they said the trial was going to be 2 weeks. Somebody said 3 weeks. Tomorrow will actually be the 6, 7, 8, 9. Tomorrow will be the 9th day of the trial. So we are going to be there tomorrow, and we're going to be covering that story. For those of y'all who are not, who do not know about that case with Joshua Keto, the murder trial, check out some of my videos that I already recorded within the last few weeks or so. Or, check the news, because it's all over. It's all over. It's a really big case here in Nebraska, a murder trial of a lady named Tyler Thomas, a young Black African-American woman who went to Peru State College and who disappeared 10 years ago. And the last known person to see her was Joshua Keto. And the way the trial is going so far, you guys, it seems like it really might be a possibility that he'll be found guilty. But you know how it is. You know how, it can go with the jury and the testimonies and the witnesses. And, right now, everything it's a lot of circumstantial evidence right now. But then on top of that, it's a lot of good testimonies from a lot of good witnesses who, makes me feel a little positive about the situation. But yeah, if you want to follow that case with me, that murder trial with me, check out some of my videos that I've been recording on the Joshua Keto murder trial. But yeah, so we'll be there tomorrow morning all day, supporting the family of Tyler Thomas, her mother, and her last time I went to court, it was her mother, her grandmother, her cousin, her brother, her father, and a few other people there. So some people here from Omaha, Nebraska has been driving down to Beatrice, Nebraska to support people in our community in this murder trial. So, but yes. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this coronavirus a little bit, because a lot of people hear about it in the news but don't really know exactly what it is. You said I need to catch up on the trial. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Matter of fact, tonight when I was on my way home, I had stopped at a convenience store down the street, and the officer on duty there, like the security guard officer, cops, that be at convenience stores, working there part-time or whatever, it's a cop though, a cop. And I was talking to the person behind the register who I know just based off of, I go to the store routinely because it's in the neighborhood. And we were talking about the case, and the cop, he had came up to me and he was like, man, He said, I hope he be found guilty. He said, I remember when we had busted him for this back in the day. We busted him for this and Fremont, and we busted him for this. He was like, and then when he got the sexual assault on the 15-year-old girl, and, you know, me and the cop was just talking and stuff. And we was just talking about, you know, some of the witnesses and what's been said. And he's been following it. And he's here in Omaha, you know, he's been the cop been following it. And I'm like, I've been following it and reporting on it. So we had a really good conversation, and we know that a lot of the evidence is circumstantial. We do know that, but the cop even is like, man, this guy really needs to be locked up for a very, very long time. He's already locked up right now, still from the sexual assault on the 15-year-old girl from some years ago, but we don't want him to be released from jail, period. You said, wow, we'll definitely go binge watch your coverage of the trial. Thank you, real mamas. I had recorded some stuff like, I think a year ago. It might be the older videos might be on my other YouTube channel, Tanya's Primetime TV Media Reviews. I think that's where the older videos are. But within the last few weeks, I've done maybe 3 or 4 videos on the trial, updating you guys every few days about what's going on and what certain witnesses said, and, you know, things like that. But yeah, so it's a really, really major murder trial that has been, people have been waiting 10 long years to start. And it just started last week. So we didn't have people come in from MSNBC, you know, from big time networks, big time TV media networks coming in and sitting in on the trial, and, you know, asking to speak with the family of, you know, Tyler Thomas, the young lady who's missing, who we assume was murdered by this man, Joshua Keto. So yeah, it's a really big trial going on right now. And again, we've been, you know, the community has been, you know, coming together to support Ty and her family. It's been 10 years, and now that the trial has started like a week ago, everybody's coming together and constantly praying and trying to support them the best way we can, raising money for them so they can stay down there in Beatrice, you know, at hotels instead of driving back and forth. You know, it's nothing for us to drive back and forth, you know, even though it's like a 3-hour trip. It's nothing for us to drive back and forth because we're there to support them. But for the family, it's a lot of going on in their minds already with this stress. And it's been 10 years, and, you know, trying to see this man get locked up and listen to people talk about your child in negative and positive ways, you know, on the stand. And then they got to travel back and forth, figure out how they going to keep gas in their car, buying food on the road. You know, should they stay in a hotel tonight? Should they drive back home? So yeah, you know, as a community, we were able to raise thousands of dollars for them to stay down there in Beatrice. So yeah, it's like a cold case. It's like a cold case, but it was open. It was open initially back in 2010, and then it kind of died down, and then it picked back up, and then around like 2017, around 2017, that's when he was actually charged for the murder. When he was charged for the murder of Tyler Thomas, he was actually already serving time for sexual assault on a 15-year-old girl. So he was already serving time. Then he got charged with murder. So now we're finally going to court for the murder charge. So yeah, it's been a long time in the making for this to come to trial. So yeah, but so that's why I'm going to get into bed soon. It is 11:05 here Central Standard Time. We probably gonna leave around like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to get to court on time. Because again, we do have to drive out of town on the interstate. So just keep us in your prayers. Keep our little city in your prayers, and the family of Tyler Thomas in our prayers. And also, now that we got this coronavirus quarantine camp right down the road from my house, and I already feel a little I'm like, Lord Jesus, I need some. Where my mama when I need her? Mama, she up in heaven, but you know, Whenever we was sick or felt like something was, we was coming down with something, she'd be like with her prayer oil. Yeah. A lot of y'all who know me from Omaha, y'all know, if y'all know me and my mom, y'all know she was a very religious woman. And she carried that prayer oil, her Bible, everywhere she went. And if she even heard you sniffle, she'd take that prayer oil and slather it all over your forehead and wherever you was ailing, whether it was your throat, your ear, your head, your stomach, wherever. And she would pray. She would pray for anybody. She wouldn't even know you. Let me tell her, one of my homegirls or one of my homeboys or somebody at work is sick. Could you call them and ask them, can I pray for them? I'll be like, Mama, really? Just say a little prayer to Jesus. Just throw a few Hail Marys at night when you go to bed. She'll really be like, call your friend and tell her I want to pray for her. And I'm like, okay, my mama said, do you got a minute? But I miss her. I miss my mama up in heaven. But anyway, I can tell y'all all kind of stories about Sister Mary. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here and get off this computer, child, and get me some sleep. Jump in the shower first and get me some sleep and wake up early morning for our road trip to the murder trial. What day did I say it was going to be again? Day 9. Yeah, day 9 of the Joshua Keto murder trial for the murder of Ty Thomas. So day 9 is tomorrow. I'm going to sit through all day at the court trial. And then again, Friday, I will give y'all another update on what's being said in court, what witnesses had to say. Tomorrow night, we're going to have some political chit-chat, though, on this channel. We're going to have a special guest who is a part of the NDP Black Caucus here in Omaha, Nebraska. She is going to be on live with us tomorrow night at 9 p.m., and we're going to talk politics with her, talk about different candidates, talk about early voting process, talk about what felons have to do to get the register to vote, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you're interested in politics or interested in the upcoming elections and the impeachment, if you're interested in all that kind of stuff, make sure you have your notification bell set on our channel so that you can get the notifications when we do go live tomorrow night and any other time we do go live. Make sure the notification bell is set, period. Thank you, real mamas. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And you guys have a wonderful, blessed night. As usual, in the meantime and in between time, stay safe. To my Hood Table fam and to my Tanya's Primetime TV fam. Stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.